The September 14th, 2015 meeting of the Rutherford County Regional Planning Commission. At this time, if you would stand with us, please, Commissioner Veronica Buchanan will lead us in our prayer and our pledge. Veronica.
Dear Heavenly Father, we're thanking you for this awesome day that you have bestowed upon us, dear God. We're asking you, Father, to come into this meeting tonight and continue to crown our heads with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so that we can make the proper decisions for our great county. Father, we're asking you to bless our president, bless all the ones that's getting ready to run, dear God. Father, bless our mayor, bless all of our government officials, dear God. And Father, bless our great county. Father, this is my prayer in Jesus' name, and thank you, Lord.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Call the roll, please, Gal.
Rhonda Allen. Jim Averwater. Veronica Buchanan. Bill Jordan. Mike Cush. Craig Lynch. Chip Pinion. Charlotte P. Steve Sandlin. Mike Vaught. Jeff Phillips.
Present.
Have a quorum.
Thank you, Gal. Item number 6A, the item number is 15-A010, Cawthron Retreat has been withdrawn and deferred until a meeting in the future, so we will not be discussing item 6A tonight. Item 5, submitted for final plat approval. A, the item number is 15-2062, Harvest Woods, Section 1, Phase 3, 8 lots on 4.64 acres, zoned RM, located along Ty Barber Avenue, Harvest Grove, LLC is the applicant. Doug?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you, and good evening, Commissioners. Hope everybody's doing well today. The plat you have before you, it's located on the north of Cutoff Road along Ty Barber Avenue. This is part of the Harvest Woods subdivision. This plat was, the preliminary plat was approved by the Planning Commission back in April of 2014. This final plat appears to be consistent with that preliminary approval. The copy of the plat you have on your tables is actually the updated plat. The comments that staff had were all fairly routine, as I would say. They all appeared to have been addressed. With that being said, I would still recommend if you do make a motion to approve that you do so subject to all staff comments. With that, I'll be happy to answer any questions. I'm not sure if Mike had anything specific to say about it beyond that.
Plat's in good order.
Thank you. Any questions for staff?
I'd like to make a motion to approve, subject to all staff comments.
Second. We have a motion to approve item number 15-2062 and a second. All those in favor of that motion to approve, please say aye. Aye. Thank you. As I said, item 6A has been withdrawn. 6B, item number is 15-A013, Mitchell Bowman for Mitchell's Homes, location 2405 Twin Oak Drive. The county commissioner is Robert P. The size of the site is approximately 5 acres, tax map 81, parcel 66.01. Existing zoning is RM, residential medium density. Proposed zoning is commercial services CS. Doug?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. As you stated, this property is located along Twin Oak Drive. A map has been included with your agenda packets. There's also one on the screen right now. You'll see this is Las Casas Pike over here. This is Twin Oak Drive. Here's the subject property, the existing rock quarry right across the street. to the existing, or to the subject property. You can see this is Garrison Cove subdivision. This is, and I think this is a separate, and I think it's Baskin Brook, but these are all in the city limits of Murfreesboro right through here. The applicant's proposing to rezone the subject property for use as a contractor storage yard for equipment used in his development business. The applicant has supplied a basic concept plan as well as some schematics, showing the proposed use of the property. Those have been included with your agenda packets. Storage would include about 8 trucks, 3 skidsters, or also Bobcat vehicles. Hours of operation would be 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The applicant has also indicated an existing house on the property would continue to be used in a residential manner. If this property is rezoned, although this commercial zone does not permit residential uses that he's asking for, it would still be a legally established nonconforming use. As long as it continued to be used as a residential structure, it could be used as that indefinitely, as long as it didn't cease operation for more than 30 consecutive months. Just to give you an idea of the surrounding area, this is standing at front of the property looking down. This would be looking across, I guess it would be down to the south-southeast. This is looking across the street. This is looking back up Twin Oak if you're going to the north. You can see there's some structures in the background there. This is the existing house on the property, looking back down to the south. The applicant is present and will be happy to answer any questions that you may have at this time. I will say also, before it's opened up for questions, staff didn't really receive any phone calls about this application. I did talk to Commissioner Robert P. This is his district. He had indicated to me that he might not be able to make it tonight. I don't see him out in the audience, but he did indicate that he didn't have any real issues with this particular application.
Questions for staff? Hearing none, we'll call for the public hearing on item number 15-A013. If Mr. Bowman is here, we would kind of like for him to address the commission. Bowman, if you would just explain what you're wanting to do.
Thank y'all for hearing my applications. Jeff, it's Michael's Homes, not Mitchell's Homes, okay? I have a partner, and his name's Michael. That happens a lot. But I've been looking for 2 or 3 years on a place to have a business, and this has kind of came up at the right time, but it gives me 5 acres to put a building and put my trucks, legally. And then also, it's a place that we're just going to use that we'll go to in the morning at 7 to 7:30 actually, or 7:30, and then the trucks will leave. So there shouldn't be that much traffic during the day coming in and out. And then it will be when they come home at 4:30 or 5 in the evening. Just for the use, it will be for the truck and the skidsters. Also, we buy hardwood by the truckload, so we'll be storing hardwood in it also, but that's basically the use for the whole thing. I've talked to the neighbors on the left and right, and they're good with it. It was actually Benny Davis lives to the right, and then Tanya and Ben Estifer lives to the left, and I've told them that there will be required barriers, but if they want anything, the big trees will be left, because as you saw the picture, it's enclosed with trees anyway. So, I'm going to work with them real well, and we've cleaned it up. I should have took some before pictures, but it had a lot of trash that was thrown for many, many years. Nothing of value yet that we found, but that's just the planned use for it.
What's the condition of that road? It's been a while since I've been out there, but it hasn't always been in good shape, and there's a lot of trucks from the rock quarry on that
Right.
road.
The condition of the road, it's not potholes or anything like that, and we're actually putting in Robin Estates right now, and we haven't had any issues with the road because we're so close to 96, and that's the way most of the exit will be through 96.
Pulling those trucks on 96 with all that traffic.
That's one of the things why they'll probably start at 7 in the morning, is to get out before the traffic, because I live on that side of town, so I know how that is. But yes, with the high school there. So they will probably start before the traffic starts, because it's pretty bad about 7:30 in the mornings. Yeah.
How many trips did you expect to generate a day?
I would say no more than 12, 5 or 6 out in the morning and 5 or 6 back in the evening is what I expect.
Questions for Mr. Bowman?
I don't have a question, but I'm familiar with the property, and they'll have the option of going out to Halls Hill Pike, making a right,
That's true at the light.
out that way. So, and I know the property, what Mitchell said was right, because it's been a dumping ground for 10 years now, and there was a lot of cleanup to be done there.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Bowman.
Thank y'all.
Anyone present wishing to speak for or against this rezoning request, please come forward. Seeing none, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Questions, comments, motions, Commissioners?
I'll make a motion to approve with any staff, subject to any staff comments, but knowing the property, I think it's a good spot for it.
Have a motion to approve and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor of the motion to approve, please say aye. Aye. Is there any opposition? That motion carries. Thank you, Commissioners. Brings us to the end of our agenda. I'll remind you that our next meeting is scheduled for September the 28th, 9 a.m. in the Planning Mez. And just one particular thing, we've talked about conducting community information, public hearing on our traffic shed, and we propose to do that, if everyone will agree to this, we propose to do that at our October 26th meeting. That is a 9 a.m. meeting, and we'd like to reschedule that for 6 p.m. on the same day. Unless there are objections to that, we will move that meeting on October 26th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. here in the courthouse, so that we can get public input on our proposed traffic shed.
Right. Yes. Now, we're checking on availability of this room, so it may have to be in the mezzanine. We'll see. We'd prefer to have it here if we could, but if not, it'll be in the mezzanine. But we'll work that out. We're checking on it now.
We could have some fairly lengthy public hearings coming up at our 6 p.m. Meeting next month, and so we'd kind of like to get this away from that and not detain anyone longer than we have to, so we'd like to do that at 6 p.m. on the 26th. Is that agreeable with everyone?
It'd be a Monday night. It'd still be a Monday. It would be, rather than have our normal Monday day meeting in the mezzanine, we would just make it a night meeting, either here in this room or in our mezzanine. So you wouldn't have the day meeting. It would just be another night meeting.
It'll be a Monday, and the date won't change, just the time of the...
Correct. All right, well, okay. What time is that meeting usually? Okay.
That proposes maybe too much of a conflict. Let's work on either a different date or add it to one of our 6 p.m. meetings, okay?
Okay, we can work on that.
Follow up with
Yes.
you guys on that. Thanks for bringing that up.
So we're back at 9 on the 26th?
Yes.
Right now.
For now, yeah. We'll keep you all informed as we give a little forward and go forward on this. Yeah, we're having it now. All right, everybody.
You guys will recall, we really want more and more public input and questions on the new draft or the proposal that we're going to put before them on traffic sheds, and this was an opportunity for, what's his name, to come in.
Steve Talknell.
We'll just have to work out a different time. Thanks for bringing that comfort. Doug, any particular staff reports?
Just a brief one. Staff is, as part of their year work schedule for the year, one of the things we wanted to do was update the bylaws for the Planning Commission. They've been workable, but they really were in need of a pretty good overhaul. So staff has done that. We sent a copy to Chairman Jeff Phillips for him to take a look at. We talked this morning about it. He said he thought everything was in order. We're going to make a few tweaks to it, but you'll see those in your next agenda packets for the upcoming day meeting. No public hearings required for that. That's something we can handle internally. We just have to give you, I think it's a 5-day notice on that we're going to change them. So here's that notice that you're going to be getting that. So, but it'll be in your agenda packets as well. So just to be on the lookout. What you'll read, it's as far as how we're handling process and everything here, nothing's going to change. Really what we're just doing is updating a lot of things, clarifying a lot of other things. And you'll see that when you read it over. I think that the structure and the makeup of it now is a lot better than what it was. So just be on the lookout for that. No, sir, that's all I have.
Mike?
I've got one thing. I've been talking with Greg Brooks about a new policy require geotech studies for new subdivision roads. We've had some questionable roads built, and we think this would be a way to ensure the developer's getting what he's paying for, and then also ensuring that the county's getting a good road. We've had to scramble, and developers have had to tear up some roads and rebuild them. We have currently just one construction inspector, and he can't be everywhere at the same time. So we are adding another construction inspector at the 1st of October. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there. We're thinking, maybe a borehole every 500 feet. You're just kind of throwing that out there to talk about it. Maybe next meeting or two we'll get some more information for you.
Just a question, how deep would those boreholes run? And I know there's a subdivision out close to me where I think it was essentially built over what I would call black dirt, and
Right,
a lot of
right.
wet natured dirt in it, and I think it's given a lot of problems.
Well, it will definitely go through the pavement thickness and then into the subgrade, and they go to a refusal. But that's one of the things we'll look at is how deep is refusal. I mean, just 12, 18, 24 inches underneath pavement, or until you can't drill no more. So.
Would you be looking for water to infiltrate the hole and
Yes, sir.
the color of the soil? And
Looking at the stone and binder and pavement thickness, but also the subgrade, is it holding water? I mean, we have issues with that. That's something we'd like to catch on plans review. We look at the soil type to make sure if it's a hydric soil that they're installing under drains or something to help dry that water out. But we're thinking.
Essentially, the city got in, I guess, the same thing. Northfield was built probably in the late 60s and mid 70s in there, and they ended up digging it up and pulling a lot of it out.
Right.
Maybe 10 years ago, and that was black dirt, what I would call black dirt,
Yeah.
coming out of there.
Organic material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knew it wouldn't pack,
Right. So, yeah, we're just thinking out loud, trying to get some information, and just giving you a heads up. We're going to bring you more information on that as next few meetings. And that's all I had.